we'll do a little run through of who's here, what you guys are up to. And then the focus of this meeting, along with the sketching your vision, is really just checking in with the team building process. Because one of the things that distinguishes RegeNFT and our incubator from like just an art auction, art gallery, is that we're really emphasizing this collaborative element, you know, bring together visionaries and artists and technologists, you know, to make a final product that is not really available, you know, that really merges art and activism. So invite everyone to get started. Whoever wants to share and go first. We got a pretty, like for just jumping on here, this is a nice and full house. We got, I think, 7 people here on the call. And whoever wants to go first and introduce themselves, share where they're at and what they're thinking right now.
Hola.
What's up, Helios?
Hey. Hola. How are you? My name is Helios. I'm pretty much an alchemist, architect, artist. I do a lot of different things. I'm pretty much creative person. I would just say I'm kind of an alchemist of life, because I just everything I touch on, I kind of put my my creative power on that, and it becomes a part of who I am and the art that I do. But at the moment, I just have my company here in Costa Rica, which is Architecture, King Tech Architecture, which is based on creating developments and buildings that are organic and flow with nature, and but still not leaving out the luxury of a really contemporary house and home, and also working with different art projects from different architects, ambassadors that will decide and help to create a bridge between a certain need in certain places, and also a fun aspect, and also to help communities in different projects of building temples. So what we do is mystical designs and ascension temples. I consider every house a temple, so this is what we're bringing forth. And also I'm a architect, carpenter. I've been an artist is my whole life, so drawing and painting was very much a thing, and introducing that to my architecture and the furniture that I make. And so this is a new kind of area that I'm building here in Costa Rica. But I do also visuals, and yeah, I pretty much do a lot. Chef, also opening up a restaurant in a place in Costa Rica that is going to be built based on plant-based and fruits raw, and different other really creative way of using food in a very healthy way, using also medicine, a lot of cooking with medicine, so in different medicines, different plants and herbals, tinctures, so yes, there's a little quick review on what I do. Musician as well, and do a lot of that in ceremonies and outside, and giving more attention to that as soon as I can, when I can. So yeah, the art that I produce is mainly based on my drawing, my painting, and then turning this into a visual and adding my sound to it. So it creates a really multi-dimensional art piece that is fully representative of kind of what I'm about. So yeah.
Amazing, bro. Yeah. I mean, I've just been a fan of your art since we met. And then as for the digital stuff, it's like, do you have any vision of what pieces you see contribute? Because I don't know if you guys check out Helios's online presence, you're creating already stuff that kind of has the ethos of an NFT art piece, with your guitar overlaid with the you know, fractal visuals that you're making. That's kind of like, you know, an ideal format for a series of NFTs. But are there any others?
What do you mean others?
Like digital art, that because what we're going to be doing come July is we're mounting this gallery in San Francisco, in the Bay at Ephemeral. You know, I'm going to have a simultaneous in-person and online auction. And, you know, we're going to have like a bunch of monitors there and also projectors displaying the digital art. You know, we'll have physical art as well, like reproductions and original paintings and whatnot. But then most of the art is going to be, you know, flashing by on the screen. So it's like anything from a three-dimensional plan of a house, you know, or even like a 3D photo, you know, of like some of the architecture that you've already created. Or of course, these audio visual experiences that you craft and share on Instagram. And then, yeah, the list goes on. I know you're also a painter. So, you know, that's going to be the key. It's like what, because you make all this art, but what becomes digitized and it then becomes an offering that people can purchase on the blockchain.
Yeah, so it's going to be different visuals that I'm going to work with, visuals and sound overlay. So these, and I also have pictures of that, so non-moving ones, and create different themes and different for different art piece that could be used for different purposes, of course. But this is mainly on the digital side, and also paintings that we can definitely digitalize as well. But I do like the working with visual mandalas that I've been making, because they're all, first to able to do that, I need to go fully into an art piece, a drawing, a certain type of energy that I put in intention, that I put into that painting or drawing, and then take that picture and make it flow, make it move, make it alive. And then that creates also an energy that I want to express. So the codes in the art piece are very layered, and they're working on different levels of feeling. And then the sound as well that is chosen to do. And on top of that, I do also art that I digitalize and turn into certain type of PNG, and just overlay on these two. And sometimes I also use pictures that I do very artistic ways. I'm a photographer as well, so I use some of that art in the whole process. So it's been, everything that I use is kind of made by me. That's what I try to express, and then using that for different themes and different colors.
Yeah, come to think of it, it's like the like methods that you employ to make your paintings and artworks and photographs into this like GIF, like, you know, moving motion graphic. You know, this is kind of just for people to research, really for their own purposes. You know, a way for people who do static in-person art to really make it like live digitally, you know, and make it something different. Than you're like, oh, instead of I'm just buying like a picture of this painting when I buy the NFT, it's like, no, I'm not just buying a picture of this painting, I'm buying a picture of this painting that's programmed to warp and you know, recombine, and it's like, it's worth it. And you know, you buy a projector in one of your, and you put it in your house, and you can have an entire painting collection of moving paintings, you know. So it's like a new kind of art collection that's becoming available really this year, you know, to people. It's like little segments of BJing from all these different artists, you know, which I imagine people will be getting from you.
Yeah, totally. And what I feel that is doing what I'm doing with the movement of these art pieces and pictures, and is really much taking the essence of what I'm gonna put these earphones on. What I'm doing is basically taking the essence of the picture that I'm I'm drawing, or the picture that I'm drawing or painting, and using that for the movement, for the mandalas. But what is happening is I feel that it's taking the essence, since it's a mandala movement, is very symmetrical in a sense. I'm playing with the essence of what this painting is about, and it really comes to life. And when I make it, I make it intentionally also to work well in that type of environment, that it could be mirrored and reproduced. So I really feel like when I look at it, I really get energized, or get by these, because it's a new, even if I made it, I really see a new aspect of it when I look at it, and it becomes more alive. So the essence of this painting, it really becomes like something new in its own, and really much more complex than the art piece in itself, because there's a lot of intention going into it, and the way I kind of reveal it. So it's very, yeah, there's a lot to do on this new world of NFTs.
Amazing, bro.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. And, of course, this being your first call, thanks for the introduction. This is now available, in our archive. And also just a reminder to everyone that this is the third time we're having this weekly meeting. Okay. And so the archive of all of those are available on YouTube. We've gone through some really in-depth examples of team building, of vision sketching, and then just gotten into the intricacies of the NFT market, which is clarifying and changing. When we're hitting at an interesting time. Another theme to this meeting is just an open forum for those of us present to discuss, what we are feeling in terms of what blockchain we're going to ultimately use. And, when we mint the tokens on the 15th, starting on the 15th, after the art deadline is passed. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just the changes in the crypto market, of course, the long predicted slump, which the summer slump, and it's here, and it's not a problem. I love it because that means we sell our artworks for higher Ethereum amounts than we would have. It's like $2,000 is now one Ethereum as opposed to 0.5 or 0.6 Ethereum.
For sure.
And
yes, the timing thing.
And so now, and then it's with the aim towards dispersing the funds. We're going to have to angle that correctly, because some of our charity partners have expressed interest in perhaps holding off if they're getting their payments in Ethereum or Matic until the prices for those tokens goes back up. So it's like, it adds this wrinkle, because we could, of course, do the conversion the day of and say, here, Seed Evolution, like take your 25 grand, take your 15 grand, and you can spend it right now. And it's like, or you can hold on to that 7.5 Ethereum and wait for it to be back up in value. So it's more like 20, 25 or 30 or 40 grand. So, it's just a wait and see kind of thing. We'll know more around the 15th when it comes time to mint the tokens. And in the meantime, I'm open to everyone's thoughts on it, and would love to, again, get these on record so that we can have it as part of the living discussion and document that is this RegeNFT incubator. So thank you, Helios.
Amazing. Thank you so
moving
much.
on, whoever wants to share, please, the floor is yours. Anke, Peter, Eric, Eckert, Anthony, whoever feels like they want to share their progress, if they have any questions, any challenges, and thanks again for your patience.
Yeah, no, so I guess I'll take the floor real quick. So hi, everybody. My name is Anthony Dutra. I'm working on a project called Green Deeds, where mainly, I guess, my art that I'm going to contribute is an AR butterfly. The idea around it is basically through the application, we're encouraging through crypto incentives users to take food waste to a local community garden. I, as a Green Deed steward, would go through that and basically perform, some composting, filtering, and then what it eventually boils down to is doing a soil analysis and building everything on the Regen platform for an NFT. So where I'm at pretty much from a business side, we're doing fantastic. We found a pollinator that joined the RegeNFT network and out in India. So myself and Brittany are now speaking with him as to how we can kind of create more value that way. But from an art perspective, the AR artist I'm working with is still just chugging along. And then Samantha, who is also part of this, Samantha Sage, she is doing another piece in regards to psychedelics and cannabis, where we'll be also incorporating that into our application, either as like access to this NFT or something special from that perspective. So I'm really curious as to like the whole minting NFT process kind of after this. And I think we'll be basically for the project submitting 2 pieces of art. I'm pretty excited.
Love to hear it, Anthony. Thank you so much for sticking around and for sharing. I love that you were on the call when I finally got my power back. Yeah, what you're describing with the pollinator role, the technologist role, the artist role, and then you kind of more like the visionary, yeah. Because you're the one who's linking this art to environmental action and community-based, nonprofit action. So, just the fact that you're able to work within this framework and like get to a place that you wouldn't get alone, this to me is like, fucking love it, bro. I'd love to hear it. It's so inspiring. And it shows that what we're doing is working. Of course, today it's the 23rd. It feels like we've been doing this for our whole lives, but this thing launched on the 1st of June. This is 3 weeks and 2 days ago where everyone was perfect strangers to each other. And, now it's really moving. Happy to report, just as a side note, that in the last week, we've had some really interesting, like bigger ticket artists come on and express interest. So, the most important thing that they bring are eyes. Like, because when artists with a big following who have sold many paintings, people like Zoe Rose Schwartz and, my friends, the Crystal Method and their partners, the old rave rock group, one of the legends of EDM are like going to contribute some live streams and old recordings. And anyhow, it just keeps growing, and all of this hard work that people are putting in, all of this creativity, now we're just working on cultivating the audience for it. So one thing I like to remind people on these calls is if you haven't followed RegeNFT on Facebook and Instagram, please do. Refer your friends to it. We're posting pretty consistently and got an interesting thing. Tonight, for the first time, we're starting an Instagram live interview series at 4 p.m. Cali. I'm here in Costa Rica, so it's 5 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be with Brooke Einbender of Mindbender Art, who's like the AR, VR maestra. Big role in the Infinite Playa last year. Yeah, there it goes. Thanks a lot, guys. And so, yeah, we're going live with her. And if anyone who is in a similar position, any of you guys who have an established online audience wants to come on and chat, or even if you don't, even if it's like Helios, probably you don't have the biggest following, but the quality of your page is like through the roof, so it's like, if you want to come on and we schedule a time where we go live and talk about your art, your process, and your vision, then just email me at sam@regenft.net, and we can set up a time, because these are half-hour conversations. It's not like there's a limited amount of slots. We could do this 10 times or 15 times before the auction on the 25th of July, or we could do it 5 times, because right now we're 4 times because we have it planned once a week. So that's happening 4 p.m. tonight. Just wanted to update people on that, and whoever wants to share next, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks. Well, I missed a lot of the call last week, and I do have to go soon, so I just wanted to kind of update. I haven't been able to work a whole lot on our project in the last week or two, but The vision is to create a dance ritual ceremony that'll be filmed outside, possibly on Angel Island. But that's what we've been sketching out. And I think I have to check in with Gentry, but I think he's still on to do the filming. But we're going to need probably help with editing and the business side and all of that. We have a pollinator. We want to do something. There's a couple different organizations that a friend of one of my co-visionaries is connected with for cleaning up water, getting the plastic out of the water. We want to see clean water. But we also want to see harmony between humans and the earth and ourselves. And that's kind of like going to be the underlying crux of the earth, of the art, of the transmission of the art. It's like, it's going to be more of it'll be like a dance, but also a healing ceremony. And there's going to be some dance between death and destiny. What are we letting go of in order to create the new world and the new paradigm that we're visioning here? So it's like honoring, grieving what we're letting go of and what we're no longer, what's no longer useful. Like what are we composting, right? With honor, with love. Like I got a message this weekend really clearly about, like, we don't just throw things away, like trash. This idea of trash is false. Even this idea of like shit, it's like, it's all sacred, and it's sacred compost, and it's food for something else. And it fed us for a while, and it gave us like sacred nourishment. So how do we honor that and then let it go and pass it on to wherever it needs to go next? So that's kind of the piece with the art. Yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to share. So I'm gonna kind of hunker down on it a little bit more this week, because the last couple of weeks have been Mercury retrograde craziness, but awesomeness too. So, but I have more energy and inspiration now to move forward.
It ended today. Mercury station direct last night and is moving back across the sky, nice and slow. Low key, I'm like a full on astrologer. This is my other thing. I make videos and like take clients, do readings, and anyhow, stuck at 17 degrees Gemini for the next 10 days as it stations direct, but beats going backwards. We're still gonna stew in it for a little bit, until the 2nd or 3rd of July, but then it gets going. And honestly, Mercury and Gemini, damn, we can feel it quite strong, but it's one, now that it's going direct, it's like, it's Mercury's empowerment. It's a great time to spread the word, to be in the marketplace, to communicate, to make new friends, to be social. All the Gemini butterflies. Speaking of butterflies,
I'm one of those too.
Yeah, same. It was my 30th birthday on Sunday. Nice. Final day of Gemini. So that sounds so great. And mess with the cats. Sorry,
I was just going to say, it brings back
trash. Yeah, Eckert, go ahead. Oh, and I just wanted to say thank you to NECA, and that the concept is so brilliant. This is why I'm so glad we record these meetings, because just the way you articulated it, the alchemical principle of that shit is gold, and so beautiful. So thanks for that. And I look forward to seeing what comes of it. You got a great team. Great idea. Thank you.
I was just going to say, brought back to, I was just going to say that in the past 15, 20 years, there's been a bunch of smaller nonprofits that have, at events, I remember them leaving postcards of this re-envisioning what Angel Island, and maybe even, I'm pretty sure it was Angel Island, of like a Buckminster Fullerian re-envisioning of creating an oasis or something, a kind of a peace island, some kind of design. So I left for Anka, I left an email. I actually know the founder of the Civic Group, and I don't know where that stands now, but that might be something to connect into.
Yeah, beautiful, Eckhart. Thank you. You emailed me that?
I put it in the chat.
Okay,
hopefully
great.
It got to you.
Great, thank you so much.
There's a bunch of other things, no doubt, out there. I just haven't seen them recently. And so maybe they will come back to life someday.
Beautiful, thank you so much. I have to go, everybody.
You're great, Nika. Thank you so much.
All right.
Eckert, let's hear from you, man. How's it going?
I don't know. I'm kind of a dabbler. I have my hands in a lot of different aspects. I feel like I'm a pollinator. I remember Jonathan used the word hustler when we were trying to get the Delta project, because I the connotation is somewhat different. This is a piece of art I've been working on. It's just a sketch, basically. It's a brainstorm is what I call it.
Pull it down a little bit.
I'm not a trained artist.
A little bit lower.
Sure. It's lower. Okay.
No, you got
See
it.
it?
Yeah, perfect.
I'm not sure where.
Yeah.
Is it close?
Good.
But anyway,
Yeah.
basically what it is, it's a kind of stylized view and some progress of our what we refer to as a fly line, which is a snail. It's basically the Fibonacci curve. It's the idea is to make an exact, mathematically correct Fibonacci curve starting at the point of the geysers. No one else in our competition had that viewpoint. So basically, we're going to be iterating a prototype somewhere else, but I'm just trying to stylize it. And what I did was I cut out, I've never done this before, I cut out the eye on the back side, the reverse side of a dollar bill. I forget what that stands for. See the eye right there? At the top of the pyramid of the dollar bill.
This is the occult money system that we're aiming to supplement and eventually replace.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know the significance. I forget the story I've been told, but just kind of a multimedia. It's not high tech. It's actually more low tech. But I'm thinking of the symbol and this kind of, it's sort of like an unfolding, a kind of a snake, and it's like an eye. And but it actually is a representation of from the sky of what this boardwalk is going to look like. And it has more meaning symbolically and potentially, hopefully, some indigenous peoples who could connect to better inform what it could mean for this land, which is now going to be restored. So that's what I have. I want to be more creative, and so far I've been more of a connector and a kind of a connector of people and ideas.
Well, we really appreciate that, Eckert. I mean, just your presence on several different team calls and threads that I've been a part of, and I'm sure you're on other ones that I'm not even a part of. It's really helps keeps the wheels turning. I hope that, will you be able to join us and be able to join us in person in July?
I want to. I'm curious. It's called ephemeral, as like ephemeral, like a mayfly. It's like a moment in time. Is that, where did the word come from?
It's the island. So the idea is that it's floating gallery, floating festival, floating Burning Man. Really.
Got it. Cool. I would love to. I just have to get out just to a boat.
No,
unless
there's shuttles that take people back and forth. There's like skiffs that it's not far out. It's just you have to get to the right landing dock, and then go out from there. So it's a day trip, for anyone in the Bay Area.
I would love to do it. For some reason, it calls to mind something called Isle of Man. Has anyone heard of it in the UK? Isle of Man. I don't know where the connection came from, but I know there was like a rock concert there in the early 70s.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I digress.
Yeah, it's pretty far north. That's like up by Liverpool and stuff, and it's like across from Ireland. And
it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this sounds really cool. I would love to be part of that.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that we'll be sharing very soon. Is the invitations, to the auction, and in fact, just the other day we added to the website like a portal for people who want to be notified and kept up to date about what art is going to be in the gallery and the auction. So it's really like, instead of a participants channel, which is where people have been signing up and artists and what have you, we have an audience, email list now that's growing. And so I can share the link. That's it's the next second page on RegeNFT.net. In fact, there's a button on the homepage. And so, yeah, you can share that with anyone.
Yeah.
Just by going there.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah. So thanks so much for being such a pollinator, Eckert. And yeah, keep developing your art piece, because it'd be great to have your signature in the gallery as well.
Yeah.
So
one final thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
One final thing I'll say, and I'll leave after that. I got a call back from the mushroom farm. You've probably heard it, knowing your connections, maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, of course, yeah.
From the
old Campbell soup place on the hill in Santa Cruz. Yeah.
Right. They had an extended radio silence from right around the time of essentially the shutdown till yesterday, when I got called back from Joshua Tree, who's the head of their energy division, and we are hopefully going to be spearheading their kind of the state's premier agrivoltaics kind of show and tell. So I just mentioned them because a lot of people may not have heard of the mushroom farm vision, and maybe at some point there could be some cross-pollination with them. I can't speak for them, but they are out there.
I would love to be on the thread. Yeah, I mean they know a lot of the great. It's just a great group of people that is involved in making it happen. And
as far as the NFT aspect of it, I didn't broach that, but you might, if it's not too late, I could certainly send a document to share. With their team.
Well, we've got a new version of the deck, that really I think hits it in the most concise and replete way that we've told the story yet. That John and I just finished up 2 days ago, and so again, that stuff, part of the role. It's like part of being part of this incubator is we're not just making art. Like we're making a movement. We're building a movement to. What's up, Samantha?
Right. When we visit.
So yeah, everyone who's in the incubator is a part of this project. On a level more than just like an artist and their gallerist. So yeah, those resources are available. I can send you the deck. We'll also import that to the website as a PDF, and people can just download it straight from the website.
Right, because they're fairly well known. We could rise with their coattails as they could with us. I mean, I know they're looking for funds, and when we visited them, they said, we had 3 billionaires visit here last week, and that was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So their reputation could potentially, through social media, could potentially help the larger community if they decide to go in on it, or regardless, if they're associated with this. I don't know what their proclivities would be, but I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's just a conversation.
Talk offline.
Another good people.
Good mushroom.
So thank you so much, Eckert.
Right.
Samantha, you just joined us. What's up? Kyle's in the house. Hey, so people are just sharing updates, and I think really that's the theme of this call. I'm like peppering in project update stuff in between the sections of folks sharing where they're at, what their how their art is going, how their team is going, and open floor. Whoever wants to go next. If anyone's got to go, or Samantha, you just arrived.
Fantastic! Thank you so much.
Hey guys, I actually have to jump off, so I just wanted to do a quick intro.
Yeah.
I am Peter. I'm here at the invitation of Gentry, gentleman of a gent. Sorry for the background noise. I just got back from Indonesia. I'm an ambassador to Hindu Dharma, the religion there. I work with the high priestess and some of the healers out there. I have some nonprofits and work with a group called Muse Society as well. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them, but they're down in Joshua Tree. They're building these incubation kind of co-living working spaces around the world, Tulum, Mexico, Joshua Tree. One of the founders, the brother-in-law of the high priestess of Bali's husband, is down with the Mayan warrior folks in the hills outside of Mexico City. He's an amazing artist as well, and Oakland based, just like Gentry. They haven't had a chance to meet. So and I was an art dealer from Bali, so I know a lot of Balinese artists. And I'm just really excited about Gentry, firstly, and then what you guys are doing. So I'd love to contribute any way I can. I'm flying for Turkey tomorrow in Europe, but I'm coming back early for Ephemeral and to meet you lovely people. So I look forward to seeing you guys in person. and do appreciate the invitation.
Dude, blown away by your introduction. Awesome. Great to have you on the call, Peter. I don't know how much time you've had to access the RegeNFT resources that are available online, where we're sort of describing what we do, but you got the outline, you know, that it's the first of its kind regenerative crypto art incubator, where part of the token's value is tethered to this donation that's being made. So people are both receiving the art and also, you know, paying it forward. And yeah, it sounds amazing. I mean, the mind runs the possibilities of what, you know, Balinese art on the blockchain would look like, feel like. I think it's so beautiful. You know, I live in Costa Rica, where one of my best friends who has a big property out here has just been living in between Bali and Costa Rica for decades, and the entire, you know, the craftsmanship of that place is on another level. So thanks so much. And let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, you know, it's on your side, yeah, to see you at Ephemeral, but also to envision what art could be part of the gallery.
Definitely. Yeah, I actually have 20, 30 pieces here in the Bay. I'm going to get Gentry a bunch of them. And these do come with a story as well, multi-generational artists and families. And I mean, assistant healers of the high priest, not the high priest, it's the healer from Eat, Pray, Love. That's where I met one of these painters. So, you know, doing traditional Balinese medicine and, you know, painting and sculpture family that goes back generations. So I want to get some short clips of the artist. He's, you know, a good friend of mine, one of the artists. And, you know, I'm pretty busy. I have an ag company focused on CBD and hemp that I created 4 years ago. And then now we're doing pharmaceuticals. So I've got multiple day jobs, but I'm gonna write to the RegeNFT Instagram and share Muse Society, because there's definitely going to be collaborative, you know, coalescing, you know, of minds and souls just for who you guys are. And they're the ones that are down with the Mayan warriors right now. So there's definitely, you know, I'm sure that we know the same people. And if we don't, then lovely also, because then we will. So I look forward to anything I can contribute and to meeting you guys in person for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Peter. What an awesome update. You know, just a testament to the kind of people that are being brought together by this endeavor. Honored to have you on board. What can I say? Whoever wants to share next, floor is yours.
Hey, thank you guys. I love.
Thank you.
Hello. How's it going, team? Excuse my absence. I was aware at 10:30 to jump on at 11 and then got really busy. I am relaunching my Kind Philanthropy website and updating my logo and juggling lots of other things. I'm super, super excited to be bringing in some amazing things here into the Bay Area community. There is a new psychedelic center opening up in Berkeley, and I am in contact with the Sacred Gardens community about that right now. Excited to be contributing towards that amazing new place. The building itself is super, super beautiful. It is kind of like a church. It used to be back in the 70s, it used to be I guess a funeral home. And then later it was turned into an exotic music store. And now through the near future, it will be a community center for education, normalization, and promotion of psychedelic and plant-based medicines and practices, non-consuming space until that changes by law. but definitely a space for folks in our community to hold community gatherings. I just wanted to mention that because it is a nebulous space, available and open, and the entire purpose of the space is to bring community together. So I definitely see, this community as potential place for us to gather the folks who are in the Bay Area or passing through. So I want to put that out there in the community. And let y'all know that I'm kind of being a spokesperson for that connection. I have been doing live art twice a week out there in the community for the last month. I emerging from this this time of isolation in an extremely enthusiastic way. And so I am just really, really excited to be a part of this group as well, and coming up with amazing ways to combine technology and the arts. And so I'm starting to work on some pieces with Anthony, and we are looking forward to doing some working sessions together via internet technology, being that we are on the opposite sides of this continent.
I mean, Samantha, if the plane ticket prices are right, I might fly out there. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna look.
Hey, Southwest has super, super cheap flights. They're just trying to fill.
Oh, I mean, the fact
they're just trying to fill. So hey, you might be able to catch something, and if you arrive in person, we got places for you. So
very nice.
Would be super stoked to see you in person. And being that we've had the last 18 months to get savvy in technology, I'm perfectly fine. And in fact, during this lockdown time, I did a series. It ended up being 2 or 3 community creativity nights, inviting my friends and colleagues to Zoom call and just kind of discuss arts and creativity. I was feeling pretty stagnant during that time and just wanted an opportunity for us to come together to speak about creative processes and ideas and kind of what's next for people. And that was like super therapeutic for me. And so, I'm really interested in, doing something similar with this group, given that we have an amazing, international collective that is forming. I'd love to, propose a creativity hour or 2 where we can jump on board and, not just talk about logistics and things, but really dive deeply into, sharing about the art and creativity aspects specifically. So I will, talk to John and others about organizing that, but that's something that I'm feeling called to participate in and help out with, if that is also shared by this community. And so, yeah, let's get together. Let's talk about art. Let's create this art. I know at this point we have about 3 weeks before our submissions are due. And so I'd love to support people in, creating a space where we can, finish up work together, put on some music, watch each other, and kind of an artist salon space, if that feels juicy. And what else to share? I don't know. It's gorgeous, beautiful, sunny weather over here in Oakland. It's been a bit windy. So I send love to my boat friends out there, rocking in their boats. And I hope and I hope that everyone is doing well and enjoying this gorgeous summertime in this part of the hemisphere. Yeah, I think that's it for me. I'm happy and open to answering any questions or having a dialogue around anything that has come up with my proposal. Yeah, I release onto the floor.
Love to hear all of it, especially that idea for creativity time. You know, that is awesome. Let's do it next week or even later this week. I don't know what people are doing on maybe a Sunday kind of vibe. You know, Sunday afternoon. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but feeling it out. I love the idea. Thank you so much for that, Samantha, and great to hear your updates. And yeah, you weren't here earlier, but I let people know that we're going to do starting this evening with Brooke Einbender. We're going to do like an Instagram live series where like individuals or teams come on and on Instagram live, and we talk about their inspiration, their artwork, their vision, just spitball kind of interview style for 20-30 minutes. And so if you're interested in being involved, just want to open that door. And basically, yeah, we're going to have more content coming your way. You know, we've been doing these creator calls and updates up to now, but now, Brooke's going to do a class next week on VR and AR, and there are going to be some modules on the minting process and the NFT marketplace. And we'll stick with this community call every Wednesday because it just feels right and timing is good. Wednesdays are nice for it. So anyhow, thank you so much, Samantha. Couple more folks in the house if they feel like sharing. Eric, you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm over here. Me and Kyle spoke a little bit earlier about our project to have a visualization of the Hudson River created by drone footage I'll be capturing next week. And we're discussing the idea of getting a live data set and through an API mapping, for example, like mercury pollution or pH imbalance throughout various points in the Hudson River. We found a resource for a database that like updates their metrics kept by some river keepers who've been keeping some data points for various pollutants and like pollutants, pH imbalances, and some other things in the Hudson River. And so that's where we're at. Will definitely be part of the presentation where we're checking the feasibility for being able to like do like a color map, like I've said before, where in the visualization, the sections of the Hudson that are towards their natural ecosystem levels prior to industrialization is a true blue, whereas any places like major pollutant areas are shifted more red. That's like one of the data sets we were thinking about looking at. That's like updates that updates these metrics somewhat regularly. So that's today's update.
Amazing. So yeah, focusing on that visualization. You're working with Melissa still on that?
Yep. Yeah, we'll set some time this week to check out the feasibility of all this.
Awesome. I mean, I think it's totally, you can do it. It's such interesting stuff. I don't know. I'm a huge sucker for data visualizations, and I do a little GIS myself as part of my environmental science education. It's like, it looks amazing, and it's so integral. And of course, the way I frame the Regenerate Empire State and Hudson Rios in the RegeNFT context and in this framework is like you guys are creating MVPs for later, far more complex and replete endeavors, and so what's coming to the gallery is like this minimum viable product, this first efflorescence, of these whole, frameworks that will be developed later this summer and come to bear. Like, Eric, when are you taking off on your journey?
It will be Monday, and if Eckert's still on the call, Eckert, I believe I texted you. If I didn't, let me know if I got a wrong number. Yeah, I want to get in touch with the Yonkers Power Station people. There's these people doing this big, like, high-end art incubator think tank, creative outlet combination hotel thing with the abandoned Yonkers Power Station, which was a power plant and at the Yonkers Station on the Metro North that was deactivated several decades ago, and it's full of all this awesome graffiti. And recently, some developers have purchased it with the intent to honor some of that graffiti, put in some cool new graffiti, and create this creative incubator art space
Hotel.
Yeah, you're familiar.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, one of my best friends, Brian Kurtz. It was 2 years ago, but he was up there, getting tours with one of the partners in this vision. So I can contact him. I bet he's still in touch with her. They were also, it's some of the same people who used to put on that big party upstate on Halloween. What do we call that thing? You Are So Lucky. Yeah, so they're all connected to that one. So yeah, that's just a hop and a skip away. That's great. I can see what I can do on in terms of getting you contacts at that spot. And yeah, so that's an example of what I'm saying is, like, what you're creating and contributing to the RegeNFT gallery is just a piece of this awesome endeavor that you're throwing yourself into. So kudos to you. And I guess it kind of speaks to Kyle, but Kyle, you want to share what you've been up to and where you're at with Rios and Restore the Hudson?
Sure. I just posted up in chat a link. I saw that Eric put up a link to the group in the Hudson that has a dashboard. So they have a dashboard, and it's updated every 15 minutes with data from points up and down the Hudson. I don't know, I think it's 1,000 miles. They have stations that are feeding into this dashboard, and it's dissolved oxygen. And I think acidity would be the two most important indicators we'd look at and could incorporate into the visualization that Eric just described. And then I put up the virtual Gaia link. And this is created, I think there are a lot of different partners and a lot of different projects represented on this map, this global visualization app called Virtual Gaia. And Eckert, who's not on the call anymore, but he participated in a call with us and our team, and he introduced us to this guy, Archie Kazmet, I think. I don't know if I have the name right, but we had a call with Archie, and Archie said he's willing to help us on the technical back end, plugging in the data and visualizing it somehow if we need technical support. I don't know if it'll include some kind of representation using this incredible resource, Virtual Gaia, or not, but it would be pretty cool if that was part of our, our first NFT, this Restore the Hudson project. So, Eric's basically the lead visionary, and I'm pollinating and being co-visionary. And yeah, we do see this, as you mentioned, as a stepping stone to a much more comprehensive representation of the whole bioregion. So Hudson Rios being focused on the whole river valley as a bioregion, and bringing blockchain tools, integrating them, bringing them together to support the movement to, regenerative economics up and down the valley, with small projects, just channeling money to where it's needed, whether that's through a philanthropic channel or venture capital investment, more business focused, the whole spectrum. So that we're planning August 1st to begin our own 6-week sprint, and look forward to working with you, Samuel, on that, and John. And I invited Eric to join that as well. Not much more to report on that. I keep growing the team, and I'm going to be following up with you guys to help talk about what I need to do, prepare for that. But right now I'm focused on just getting Eric support perhaps some interviews where he should visit up on his trip that would be add value and interest and historical context to the NFT. You know, we can link to interviews, I think, when we mint the NFT, not just have a GIF that shows drone footage along the way, but incorporate maybe some really interesting interviews, and then link to to some visualization. So I just want to be sure that in the next few days we try to fill out the technical side of it, and if we can do the visualization, let's do it, because I think it adds value to the NFT.
Awesome.
I appreciate that,
Pretty
Kyle.
mind-blowing stuff. Yeah.
And hey, any guys, I'm gonna be heading out again next Monday, and I'm still trying to also get it. I try to get in touch with Omega Institute and Cosm, and Cosm still seems to be closed indefinitely. Omega Institute's opening July 23rd. I was trying to pitch to them to like I'm vaccinated and that I can like safely put a mask on if it makes people more comfortable or whatever. Come by and do some epic drone footage to get people hyped up for both spaces to be reopening in the foreseeable future. With Omega Center definitely opening their doors again, I think like July 23rd. So I'm hoping if somebody has a connection to them, I've been refused by both so far. But if somebody has a connection to get me,
it's so crazy that you mentioned that, because I went to the one social event in my tiny mountain town in Costa Rica is the weekly farmers market on Wednesday mornings.
Yeah.
And I went there today and sat down to have my breakfast and drink some coffee, and the guy I was sitting across from who I had seen there before, his name is Helios, and he goes on to tell me that he's one of the co-founders of Omega Institute, along with the Abode of the Message, you know, because he's into the Sufi Zikr, you know, the Sufist movement that the Omega Institute was sort of founded within that lineage. So there it is, you know, just right. Just the dude I happen to sit down and have breakfast with. So I have his number. I'll text him. I'll text him today. I'll be like, you'll never believe this, but I'm on the phone with someone who needs who wants to film some footage at Omega Institute. So I'm sure he can contact someone who's still on staff.
he could authorize me coming by and like, you know, making something of a little bit of extra promo material for them, but in anticipation of them reopening on the 23rd of July.
Eric, can I just jump in here quickly, since we're brainstorming on your visits? Yeah. I talked to this guy who's been involved with the bioregional movement in the Hudson for a while last week, and he's involved with the Hudson River Maritime Museum in Kingston. And I think I put this up in the notes on the Google Docs, but they have a completely solar powered tour boat that runs out of the museum, which is right on a little tributary that feeds into the Hudson. So might be a worthwhile visit. I'm sure they'd love the exposure, what we could bring to their museum and to this completely solar powered tour boat. And then in Beacon, you know, of course, we talked about this. There's the Clearwater and a park dedicated, named after Pete Seeger. And, you know, so interviews there would be great, I think. Give you a picture of the history of the river, the museum, and the history of activism on the river to try to, you know, to clean up the mess that's come with industrialization. So obviously just let me know if I can help with any of those. Reach out to those two contacts. You know, I'll follow up with you.
I love that.
Okay.
Kyle. Do that in the next day or two, even that would be ideal. And the same folder where the Restore the Hudson materials are, it's a subfolder in my Regenerate Empire State campaign. So if you go back a directory, there should be like notes for that. And if you can pop any of that stuff into there, that'd be cool, or just message them to me, you know.
Okay. Will do.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow. Well, so much amazing content. Yeah. Another thing. Yeah. I mentioned the Abode of the Message. That's also a little bit further up the Hudson from Rhinebeck, and beautiful spot. another place to potentially get in touch with, you know, amazing spot to spend a night or even a weekend. And because you're going up to Albany and then turning west, yeah.
Is it in Rhinebeck?
No, that's where Omega is. It's a little, I think it's a little bit further up from Rhinebeck.
Yeah, I know it's north of there. I was like, that's not in Rhinebeck. But yeah, I'm not. I'll check on the map if that's on the way.
Yeah, I think it's on the east side of the Hudson, so maybe not.
Probably not. Yeah, I know. It sounds like directly north of the Arc.
Yeah, it's like right on the Massachusetts border.
Right. Oh, yeah. So that's not on the Empire State Trail specifically.
No, it's too far east.
Yeah, but if I do the Canada portion, I circle around through the route from Adirondacks back down to Albany. Well, maybe I'll stop by then or something.
So fun though, bro. God, so this is on an e-bike or a regular bicycle?
Yeah, I'm doing it on an e-bike. If I did it on a regular bicycle, I did some of my first like more than like 2-day bike touring out west, and made me realize, made me just appreciate how easy I have it knowing I can get shelter, and how hard it is if you're outside for multiple days. Just figuring your shit out every day just becomes this way more of a challenge. Just the bandwidth you have to like do more than like basic day-to-day stuff becomes narrowed when you're not getting as much rest as you want. You're biking 30 plus miles a day,
and you're just burning so many calories, you know. And the uphill biking has always been like not my favorite. You know, I'm an athlete, but that's not my favorite physical activity at all. It's like,
yeah,
I don't have the thighs for it, you know.
I got stuck in a wind.
Those rippling thighs.
Yeah, I got stuck in a wind tunnel going from Palm Desert to Joshua Tree, and couldn't get up this hill, and I was just like, I just sat down and started hitchhiking for the second time in my life to complete the last 6 miles. So I was trying to get to Joshua Tree before nightfall to figure out if I can make friends real quick and find a place to crash.
What a journey, man. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's not worth it. It's just, yeah, I'd rather thumb it than have a bike out in the desert. It's pretty hilly out there too.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good, but there were definitely these treacherous moments that, like, if I was like trying to like schedule a bunch of things and make content along the way, just make it a lot more difficult. The e-bike will give me a lot more mental and physical bandwidth out there.
Yeah, well deserved. Awesome. So I think we've done a great job. Actually, we filled the whole time. It's 1:24. And the reason there's only about 10 of us who have come in and out of this call is because I had power down from the crucial moments from 11:30 to 12:08 here in Costa Rica. But it's so awesome that everyone showed up. I'm really grateful and just blown away at how this is going at this juncture, the amazing talents that are involved in this. And just the vision, the combination of vision, purpose, and drive. We're doing it. Open the floor one more time for any questions, or if people have some ideas they want to air out, and get any feedback on. And if not, people feel complete, then we can call it at any time. But I have a feeling we'll be able to have a discussion for a couple minutes.
I just want to say thank you, Sam. Hope to catch up with you down up Chirpo Valley soon. I've got to do another boat trip in early July, first part of July. But so I'll be away. But hopefully, after I get back in the end of July, right before we start our sprint, I'll come down and we can, maybe we can get some work done together. Be great.
Yeah, looking forward to syncing, man. And also, I'm available for a call. Let's do one maybe Friday or Saturday. Just let me know when there's a good time for you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, this has been awesome. Yeah, Anthony, thank you so much. Love your vision. Samantha, Eric, Peter. Wow, bringing so much to the table. And yeah, like I said, you know, new people are signing on, and please refer your friends and lovers, you know, and collectors to register on our auction sign up page so that they can be informed of updates as we move towards that date at the end of July. And also, yeah, expect some updates on the physical gallery this week. Tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Mountain for first little creator series, and let me know at sam@regenft.net if you want to be featured on one of those. So yeah, I think that's enough for today. I'll call it. And also last thing, that this has all been recorded. So you can, if you have an issue with that and don't want your portion to be shared on YouTube, email me privately. And otherwise we will have it up and it'll be sent out in an email like tomorrow or Friday. And we can refer, you know, anyone to this discussion if they have questions. Thanks so much. And yeah, I'll see you all soon.